Ursula von der Leyen, President of the EU Commission, is currently in Kyiv for her third visit to the capital to discuss Ukraine's integration into the EU single market. It comes at a critical time in the war, with President Volodymyr Zelensky returning from a visit to newly liberated Izium in the northeastern region of Kharkiv, 5 days after the country's forces recaptured the city. Well, counter-offensive gains have dealt a huge blow to Russian forces, who say that they're now regrouping. And with me now on set is our correspondent, Sasha Vakulina. Sasha, are we starting to get a clearer picture of what Russian forces have left in their wake in these newly liberated areas?
Yes, and the picture is not pretty, because what's been seen there, mind you, some of the areas of the Kharkiv region have been under the occupation with Russian forces for more than 6 months now. So, of course, if we were shocked seeing what happened in Bucha after 1 month of the occupation, there was like 6 times more time in the region of Kharkiv, and the infrastructure is widely really shut there. There was no electricity, no running water, there was no mobile network. Now, I have to say that the services, Ukrainian service, are now restoring those. There's already mobile coverage there. There's internet. The Ukrainian railways are already running. There were first trains now these days going to some of the towns that are newly liberated, and those trains were indeed full of people who are returning home, who want to go back home. But of course, at the same time, we have to understand that this is not over, in the sense that Russian forces are now specifically targeting the infrastructure sites. And this is something we have seen in the region of Kharkiv, when there was a total blackout a few days ago, right after they withdrew from there. And now, of course, in the city of Kryvyi Rih, where the infrastructure hit yesterday and then today again.
Well, some happy scenes, as you say, of people able to return. The question is, of course, what are they returning to? And we'll continue to find out more in the weeks and months to come. Talking about brief moments then of celebration in this war, we also saw President Zelensky awarding medals to Ukrainian soldiers. I stress brief because, of course, the fighting continues.
The fighting continues, absolutely. And, the liberation, the counteroffensive of Ukrainian forces was easy for those who did not participate in that counteroffensive, because, of course, Ukraine is losing the soldiers in this fight, in the counteroffensive, and as well the people. We still need to wait for the civilians to understand the scale of the tragedy that happened there, to understand Kharkiv region is huge, and the territories that were under Russian troops, under Russian forces, are huge. Well, one of these examples today, we have the news about Ukraine's State Border Guard Service rescuing 5 teenagers who were locked down in a basement by Russian forces and stayed there for 7 days locked. We're talking about people who had no access to water, no access to electricity, no access to any help whatsoever for more than 6 months. So, of course, Ukrainians are indeed rather cheerful about the counteroffensive, about getting their territories back, but there is no time for celebration or reason for that, because of the immense tragedy that they see that is happening there.